Buenas and half a day, everyone. Welcome to today's resolution presentation and happy International Women's Day and Women's History Month. I'd like to thank my colleagues for joining me this morning. Speaker of the 36th Guam Legislature, Teresa Terlaje, half a day. Also, Senator Sabina Perez, Senator Joanne Brown, Senator Telo Taitague, and Senator Tony Atta. Thank you very much for being here. And of course, my vice chair and the vice speaker of the legislature, Hafide, Senator Rose Muña Barnes. Thank you for joining us. And to all of the different women's organizations who are with us today from throughout our community, who continue to strive to prioritize our women and uplift our women in our society today. Hafide ladies, and welcome. And I know some of you are joined by your family and friends. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us this morning as well, and for supporting all of our efforts on this day and throughout the month. We're here to celebrate this month and today's International Women's Day, and to use this day to observe the social, economic, and cultural, as well as the political achievements of women. This day has been celebrated for over a century, and throughout the years, we have seen the significant changes and roles of women around the world and our society evolve. This year's International Women's Day theme is Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow, as we honor the achievements and contributions of all women and girls in different spheres of society. We are also spreading the awareness of women empowerment and gender parity, as well as discrimination and feminism. Every year, we honor this month because of women like all of you for your commitment and determination, educating, supporting, and uplifting young women and girls in our community. Over the last term, we've worked very hard in the legislature to pass a bill to give a procurement policy in favor of women-owned businesses. We helped the Guam Youth Congress by championing the Period Poverty Act to provide feminine hygiene products free of charge in all of our publicly funded schools, and requiring HIV testing for perpetrators charged with criminal sexual conduct at the request of victims through court order. So we have had some really big moments for women throughout this last term, and we're proud to still be a legislature with a majority of women. The first last year and the 35th to be in the whole country with a super majority of women. And for this year's Women's History Month, we celebrate the theme Providing Healing and Promoting Hope, which is both a tribute to the ceaseless work of caregivers and frontline workers during this ongoing pandemic, and also recognition of the thousands of ways that women of all cultures have provided both healing and hope throughout history. This year, we're really proud to celebrate huge historic moments for many of our women's organizations here on island, decades of service throughout the community. Last week, we celebrated with the Filipino Ladies Association of Guam their 60th anniversary, and today we're celebrating the Guam Women's Club's 70th anniversary. So I want to thank you all again for being here as we use this month to reflect on the courage of women of past generations and the women of today, to celebrate our efforts, our bravery, and all of the work that we've done to get where we are today. So Siduas Maasi, and I'd like to welcome the Speaker of the 36th Guam Legislature, Speaker Teresa Terlaje, for some welcoming remarks.
Siduas Maasi, Senator Shelton, and half a day to everyone. Great to see all of you. I wish it was in person so we could hug each other, but it's really nice to see all of you today, and happy International Women's Day and happy Women's Month in our celebration. We're also celebrating Mes Chamorro. So I think it's very timely as we celebrate the empowered women of Guam, women who have done tremendous things to help our entire community. If you look around in our history, there's no shortage of Chamorro women as role models who have shown us, how we can help in helping our community. We are going and our families. We are going to bring each other along. And as we look around this room, great examples in all of you, each of you, of women who, as we're, I think, come to where we are today as a result of being raised as empowered girls, or in most cases, right, where we are working to do that. And we're trying to inspire them and giving them the tools that they will need to succeed in life. Our social workers, our teachers, our hospital workers, law enforcement officers, our local entrepreneurs, and all of you show the brilliance, ambition, and compassion that the women of Guam bring to our community and the world. And I encourage you and thank all of you for the work, your continued work against family violence, to end poverty, to promote wellness and life, and to provide shelter, training, and education. And your work is so very valuable, and we're very grateful for it. And again, happy International Women's Day and Women's History Month, and Biba Famalawan, and Biba Guam.
Biba, thank you very much. And now we'll do the presentation of the resolution. If you were all here, you'd be getting a copy today, but we will distribute them for you and all of your organizations to have. This is resolution number 274, Celebrating Women's History Month 2022. And I will ask all of my colleagues to help read the resolution with me. This is relative to recognizing the observance of Women's History Month during the month of March 2022 as a time to celebrate the achievements and vision of women whose work paved the way towards a world free of inequality and violence, and commending the great women of Guam, whose historical contributions and achievements continue to pave the way forward toward progress and success for all.
Whereas on Guam, Chamorro society is traditionally matrilineal, whereby land and resources were passed through maternal lines of inheritance. And whereas women on Guam lead in all facets of society and in all the major professions and businesses, and they are politically engaged and active in the church and community. Whereas these extraordinary women of Guam are tied to Chamorro values and encourage future generations to fight for progress on Guam and around the world on issues such as gender equality, climate change, affordable health care, and better educational and employment opportunities. And whereas on March 9, 1980, US President Jimmy Carter issued a presidential proclamation declaring the week of March 8 as the first National Women's History Week, honoring and recognizing the contributions of women throughout American history.
Whereas in 1987, the US Congress then designated the month of March to be observed as Women's History Month. And since 1988, US presidents have issued annual proclamations designating the month of March as Women's History Month. In 2019, Guam made history in having the most women serving in all three branches of the government of Guam, with voters electing the island's first female governor of Guam, a majority of women members serving in the Guam legislature, and a female Chief Justice of Guam, as well as a female Chief Judge of the U.S. District Court of Guam. And whereas the 33rd Guam Youth Congress elected Stephanie F. Lorenzo to serve as its speaker, the first female speaker of the Guam Youth Congress in over 10 years, and whereas the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce celebrates almost a decade of advancing women in business through advocacy, networking, mentorship, and access to resources.
Whereas during Women's History Month, Guam celebrates the remarkable women locally, nationally, and globally who have overcome barriers and paved the way for women not only participate in our government, but also to lead and shape the lives of others and communities in positive ways. And Ilesla Turangwahan has adopted numerous resolutions recognizing Women's History Month and International Women's Day, and the equal rights and inherent human dignity of women are enshrined in the Charter of the United Nations. And whereas March 8th is recognized throughout the world as International Women's Day, a day for all people to celebrate the gifts of diversity, while embracing the values of equality and for women worldwide to continue contributing to social, economic, cultural, and political achievements. And it is a time to reflect on the progress made, to call for change, to celebrate the acts of courage and determination by women who have played an extraordinary role in the history of their countries and communities.
Whereas the 2022 Women's History Month theme selected and published by the National Women's History Alliance is Providing Healing, Promoting Hope, which is both a tribute to the ceaseless work of caregivers and frontline workers during this ongoing pandemic, and also a recognition of the thousands of ways that women of all cultures have provided both healing and hope throughout history, and whereas women's work is constantly being redefined, and today women have the power to change the destiny of a family, a neighborhood, a village, our island, our nation, and our world.
And whereas women's rights are human rights, a fundamental knowledge that should be recognized by all. Despite the advancement of women on Guam and in the United States, much remains to be done to ensure that women realize their full potential as equal members of society. And whereas our island's honored and blessed to have such inspiring women who tirelessly devote themselves to the overall advancement of our community through programs that empower girls and young women to value themselves and strive to be the best in their pursuits, and fight through solidarity to erase mistreatment, exploitation, and trafficking of women around the world.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that Iminay 36 na Legislature in Guam does hereby, on behalf of the people of Guam, recognize the observance of Women's History Month during the month of March 2022 as a time to honor those who, in both public and private life, provide healing and promote the betterment of all, and commend the great women of Guam, whose historical contributions and achievements continue to pave the way toward progress and success for all. And be it further resolved that the speakers certify and the legislative secretary attest to the adoption hereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to the many, many women's organizations on Guam, and to the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, y Megahagan Guahan. And this is signed today by myself and by the Speaker of the Guam Legislature. Thank you very much, Biba women. And now I'd like to invite our different women's organizations, Biba, our different women's organizations to speak a little bit about how they're celebrating today and what their organization is doing. And we'll begin first with Jane Flores from the Bureau of Women's Affairs.
Thank you so much, Senator Amanda. And I just want to thank you and Speaker Terlaje and Vice Speaker Rose Muña Barnes and all of the senators, the female senators, especially of the Guam legislature, for supporting the Period Poverty Act of 2021. That was a big initiative for the Bureau of Women's Affairs and for Governor Leon Guerrero. And I also want to thank all of the women's clubs out there that supported this effort from day one and who supported it while we were getting the legislation passed and who donated period products to our various schools. You are an amazing group of women who have done so much. I want to thank Stephanie Lorenzo and the Guam Youth Congress for introducing the bill with you, Senator Amanda. And it's very exciting to see these efforts on the part of young women, of the young women of Guam. I think all of us who are of a certain age can be very inspired and excited about these young women that are standing up, that are empowering our women, that are empowering each other, because it is you who are going to pick up the mantle and you're going to end domestic violence and sexual assault, because you're going to end all of these discriminating actions that women are facing in our community because of the way you are empowering each other, so that when we go to a job interview or go anywhere, it can be not what a gender a person is, but what they bring to the table with regard to their talents and their abilities, so that we can look at each other and treat each other all with respect. And that's going to happen with these young women that are doing all of these wonderful things today. And the Women's March that's happening, or the Women's Wave that's happening for International Women. Thank all of you. I'm inspired by all of you. and our governor for all of the things that we do to empower women every day, and keep up the great work. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you very much, Jane. And now we'll move on to the Speaker of the Youth Congress, Stephanie Lorenzo, excuse me.
Rose Muña, Senator Shelton. I just want to say happy International Women's Day to all. Today is truly a day to celebrate the many accolades that we as women have accomplished. We have broken barriers, smashed through glass ceilings, and paved the way so our young girls can envision what their future can hold. In the wise words of feminist icon and Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, women belong in all places where decisions are being made. And for an island as rooted in our matrilineal culture, women are certainly in places where decisions are being made. With our first female Magahaga, a female majority in the legislature, and the most number of female directors or agency heads that any administration has seen. Women are change makers, activists, directors, senators, nurses, doctors, teachers, and so much more. It's safe to say that the future is truly femalawan. Sazos Maasi and happy International Women's Day to all.
Siduous Maasi, thank you very much. And I'll just go by how I see you in my little boxes on the screen. And I know that many of you are in multiple groups, but please begin by stating your name and then telling us what group you're from. So I'll begin with Donna Kloppenberg.
Half a day, Senator, thank you. And to all the senators that are here today. And to all of you, many of you I see on a monthly basis, and many of you I haven't seen for several months. So I'm so happy that we have Zoom so we can all get together, and hopefully next year on this day we'll be able to celebrate and hug each other, hopefully. It's great to be here on behalf of the Guam Council of Women's Clubs, who next year will celebrate 40 years. And hopefully we will be bringing in several other clubs in the coming months. We have 14 member clubs now. I won't name them all because several of the presidents are here. We all have our own programs that we work on, and we will soon have our first in-person meeting in about 2 years. And our big project that we always do together, everyone, is called the Women United Against Cancer in support of the Relay for Life. We're not sure what that form is going to be this year. Last year we had outstanding attendance, and look forward to that again, and something that we all do together. So to everybody, happy Women's History Day, especially to my Guam Women's Club members that are here. Hey, 70 years, and I think we've forgotten more than we have done. So it's going to be interesting to hear what we've done in the resolution, and have a great day. And I also want to mention our founding president, our charter president, Rosemary Cruz, and she's here still. And she started the club almost 40 years ago, and she's also a lifetime member of Guam Women's Club. So Rosemary, here's to you and to all of you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Donna. And I'll just go down the line as I see you. So Doyan Morato. Please unmute.
Sorry, there's a.
Please unmute, sorry.
Sorry, my computer is acting up. Half a day, everyone. I know there's a lot of people who are going to be speaking, so I'm going to let one of our NAWIC presidents or chair people speak on behalf of our organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Okay, I don't see your name there, but I know that's you, Auntie Lena McDonald and Auntie Dorothy Borlis. Okay, please unmute.
So,
we can hear you.
hello, everyone. I'm Lena McDonald, past president of the Guam Council of Women's Club and past president of Guam Women's Club. And I'm here right now. Dorothy and I are at the gift shop at Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteers Association, where we are working. And we're members also, lifetime members of Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteers Association. Dorothy, can you say something?
Hi, ladies. Dorothy Borles, past president of the Guam Council of Women's Club, past president of the Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteers Association, and immediate past president for International Women's Club of Guam. Biba.
Biba from Malawan.
Biba, thank you very much. Okay, next I have Jaylene Kent.
Hi, I'm with NAWIC, and I'm deferring to our current vice president for words about NAWIC Guam, Anne-Marie Pelabello.
Okay, thank you very much. Rena Borja.
In this chat, I'm representing Seroptimus International of Guam. I'm the current president. And today is also our birthday, our 44th birthday. We'll do proclamation next year when it's 45, but we are celebrating 44 years. And I think for Seroptimus, our biggest thing is we're giving scholarships to women that are in their last year of their doctoral program. And that's one of the achievements that we really are pushing forth. As everybody's mentioned, it is women power. And our logo is, our motto is become the change, because we women make everything possible. Not to say the men don't, but I think when you're given a task, women tend to take it from start to finish and finish it. Happy International Women's Day to everyone, all the clubs that are here. And there's so many of us. So Senator, I really appreciate this, and all the speaker, the vice speaker, and the rest of the legislature. And let's not forget the male senator that's here, Senator Tony Atta. Thank you for being in this call with us. So thank you. And from Seroptimus International Guam.
Thank you very much. And yes, thank you to Senator Atta for being with us. Caroline Sablon.
Senator Amanda, can I just wait till I do my brief remarks after the resolution is
Sure.
read?
Of course. So for Women's Club, got it. And we have Hotel Nico. I'm not sure of your name, but if you'd like to speak, please state your name and what organization you're with.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kazue Sunaga. I'm from Hotel Nico, Guam. I'm the representative of the Japan Club of the Guam. I'm really appreciate to attend this event. I'm a member of the GCWC also. So happy International Women's Day, Viva. Thank you.
Biba, thank you very much. And now Rosemary Cruz. Please unmute Auntie Rosemary.
I think that I've been unmuted now, right?
Yes, you are.
Yes, well, I would like to thank especially the Guam Women's Club for this is my 44th year in the club, and it's been a great experience. I love the club and the people in it, and they all work hard, and I love the clubs. I've been in most of them, well, not most, but you know, like several, and the charter president of the Guam Council, and I love it. I've loved it all these years. It's been a great joy to me.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to see you at all of the different clubs all the time for many, many years. And now Anne-Marie representing NAWIC.
Day. So as for NAWIC, which is National Association of Women in Construction, on March 10th, we will be celebrating our 10th year anniversary. But currently at this time of week, we are celebrating women in construction. And with that being said, we are also providing hope, and we're providing inspiration by donating to Alley Shelter, to Regalo House, and to Harvest House. In the previous years, we will build things, but now build material things. But now this time we are going to be building more hope and more inspiration. and showing appreciation and valuing our partnership with all the member companies. Well, Biba. And one more thing, we will be sending out information on our 10th year celebration anniversary, which is going to be scheduled for sometime in May, and hope you all attend.
Yes, thank you very much, Anne Marie. And we will be having a resolution for NAWIC's 10th anniversary. So we'll be celebrating with you again. So another big milestone for our women's organizations. Now we'll move to Janae again.
Hafa everyone. Thank you so much for having us here today. My name is Janae Again. I am with Pitbull Empire, and we are a small local group that focuses on plus size pageantry on island, and we send our delegates off island to compete in pageants internationally. And today I have with me Madison Cruz, if you can just wave, Madison. She is National Miss Curvy Guam 2020. She represented our island and she won and brought the crown back home to us here in the island. So very proud of that. I do have two more queens here today. I have Charlene Regindan. If you can just wave, Charlene. Charlene is going to be representing, and we're going to be leaving the end of this month, and she is National Miss Curvy Elite. And we have one more queen. I'm not too sure if she's on and off because she keeps getting booted out, but her name is Casey Monique Benjola, and she is our Miss Voluptuous Guam. She will be also leaving with us the end of this month to represent Guam in Nashville, Tennessee. And we're just very excited to be here today. Along with my husband, Kevin, who does not want to turn on his camera because he's like, I'm the only guy. I'm like, Tony is there with you. It's okay. Senator Tony is there. But, together with my husband, we're very happy to be able to give plus size women on island a chance to be able to compete and pursue their pageantry dreams. Other than that, we've been doing a lot of community work in the island. Casey just did a beach cleanup over at East Agana. Madison was very instrumental with helping with Guma Mommy. Charlene has been helping with St. Dominic's. A lot of our girls, they really take to heart the community service when representing our island. So I'm very thankful about that. And I did want to add on that today, this is our 4th year waving for International Women's Day. We will be waving at the ITC intersection from 4:30 to 5:30, maybe until 6, maybe 6:30, and depending on how the weather, hopefully weather permitting. But please join us, our 4th year waving. And I just want to thank everybody for inviting us here and for giving us the opportunity to join me today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janae. And thank you, ladies, for joining us. All of the queens who are on the line. It's lovely to see you in your beautiful crowns and your outfits. Thank you for being here. Now, Vanessa. I see there's several people in this one box, so if you'd like to speak. Maybe we'll come back around to you. Jessica, I see you there.
Hi, I was here for NAWIC. Past President Anne Marie spoke for us. Also, our Plumbing Women Organization. We're celebrating 50 years this year, so a lot of milestones, and Biba to all the women's organizations. Thank you for having us.
Biba, and congratulations on your 50 years.
Thank
you. May Ann Babauta.
Okay. Hafa day, everyone. May Ann Babauta Chatfriz. I guess they kind of missed that last one there. Chatfriz is the last name. I am representing the Guam Women's Club, and I'm happy to be here. I want to wish everyone Viva Women's and all those around the world. I also want to remind everyone it is our 70th year's celebration. So if any of you would like to come on out and support us, we're actually out there trying to get some raffles sold out there. But Biba to all the women, and I want to introduce my son Jeremy here.
Hi, Oba Scoba. Happy International Women's Day.
My biggest supporter. And again, thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you very much. And Hafa day, Jeremy. Okay, next, Mahina Anderson, Hafa day.
Hafa day, everyone. Ali. My name is Mahina Anderson. Mahi. I'm the current president for International Women's Club, And next year is going to be our 50th anniversary. This Thursday, we're celebrating Tomorrow Week. We're having our get-together party, and it's going to be a tomorrow theme. We're excited and looking forward to eat all those good tomorrow food. Thank you for having me here, and congratulations to everybody, and happy International Women's Day to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Jira Paz Bautista.
Hi, half a day. My name is Jaira Bautista. I'm fairly new to all of this. I've never been to one of these Zoom meetings for the International Women's Day. So Biba, to all the women and locally especially, and those around the world, because I know that although Guam is small, we definitely make an impact worldwide. And so I appreciate that, and I want to make sure we celebrate that and highlight that. I'm actually zooming in from the Guam Cannabis Association, and in representation, or actually just in support of all those women in the cannabis industry. It is an upcoming new and exciting field and area that we're still all wanting to have a voice in, especially the women out there who are trying to support their family, bring healing and different avenues of health promotion to the community and into the mainstream, and give those in the public who are not really aware of all the different benefits of cannabis into the limelight, so that we can all share that and be more open and educated. So the Guam Cannabis Association works on advocacy, education, and philanthropy. And we are opening up the dialogue between those who are new, those who are veterans in the field, and those in the public sphere, so that policies and regulations are understood and definitely available for those in the public to support. So thank you for having me, and Biba.
Sedulis Masi Jaira, thank you for joining us. Nice to have you as the first timer here. Next, Dr. Lisa Natividad.
Buenas and half a day. I represent Ihagan from Malawan Guahan, which is a new organization. We're actually a baby of the bunch with the number of years you all have been sharing. We've been incorporated for about 2 years now. And so Ihagan from Malawan Guahan, as the Indigenous Chamorro Women's Association of Guahan, is founded on the collective mission to enhance, promote, protect, and foster the social, economic, cultural, spiritual, and political well-being of Chamorro women, girls, and gender diverse peoples within the overall Guahan community. We honor the Chamorro women of Guahan as the link of their mangafa, or their family, and the predecessors of Todo Inan and Mami, our mothers. Ihagan from Malawan Guahan is sustained by the kana, or the spirit force of our ancestors, and our sacred connection to the lands and waters. And so in our 2 years since we were incorporated, and our organization has been hijacked by COVID, so we've had to adapt to not being able to see each other much. But in the couple of years, we have given out scholarships. We've done a webinar series on the traditional role of Chamorro women in our society. And we continue to do different things to support women and our families, particularly in the arena of sustainability. And so in this month, while we celebrate International Women's Day, we're very pleased to announce that one of our guiding signas, our elders of our work, former Senator Hope Cristobal, has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by the International Peace Bureau. So we're very happy to report that, and we will be doing a number of different events in the coming months to celebrate that. So, Sidus Masi.
Sidus Masi and Biba, the Senadora Hope, that's amazing news. Thank you for sharing with us. Kirsten Rosario.
Half a day, everybody. My name is Kirsten Rosario. I am a local sign language interpreter here on Guam. Representing, I'm at GCC. A majority of our education teachers here at GCC are women, so they're in class right now. but also to represent many others and to just say thank you for coming out today and showing us. This is my first time here too, representing women in this way with many, many organizations supported by women. So thank you, everybody.
Sidus Maasi, thank you very much. And next we have Jasmine.
Hello. Hi, I defer to Jenny again. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I just joined in.
Oh, no problem. Thank you very much for joining us. Next, Sam Mabini Young.
Thank you, Biba Women. I want to thank you again, Senator, for including all of us in today's resolution proclamation. I'm representing Guam Association for Career and Technical Education. I helped form the organization in 2015, and we are now growing 30 strong here in Guam. There's 25,000 members throughout the nation. But mainly the most important thing that we need to, that we focus on is that for more than 40 years, Title IX has outlawed sex segregation in education, but unfortunately, women sorely are underrepresented.
You're on mute, Sam.
Sorry,
did I lose you? Sorry, let's try that again. Thank you again. Guam Association for Career and Technical Education is who I represent. And we are about 30 individuals, members here in Guam, and we represent the whole Western Pacific, not only Guam, but all the way from Palau, RMI, FAS, CNMI, and American Samoa. We know that for the last 40 years that sex segregation in education is outlawed. But unfortunately, women are still very underrepresented in many high-paying, high-demand jobs. And, you know, I was just looking at just recent research that many of our women are taking on those great jobs like in childcare, hairdressing, medical assistantship, but men tend to take the other high-paying jobs in CTE, which is like architecture, construction, STEM, or information technology. And so we're working hard to try to encourage our elementary, middle school, and high school students to help them recognize that there are other career opportunities. We want to help prepare them for high-skilled, high-wage, high-demand jobs that is critical for our economy, to, of course, help them in their economic security to close the wage gap. And so I thank everybody here for championing these kind of efforts. We are working on it, that to Guam CTE, Sidus Maasi, Biba Women.
Biba, Sidus Maasi, thank you very much. And lastly on my screen, I have Jessica Castro.
Afternoon. I'm Jessica Castro. I'm representing Seroptimus International of the Marianas. I'm the president-elect, and I'm also the immediate past president of the Guam Council of Women's Club. On behalf of SIM, you know, we just celebrated our 36th anniversary in February, and this is where we come together in our charter anniversary, and we award women and girls for their extraordinary efforts in trying to get a higher education to make a better life for themselves and their children. So we gave out lots of scholarships to these deserving women and to young ladies who do community service in our island community. And one very special one that I'm very, that touched my heart was the Ruby Awards that we gave out. And our theme, given the pandemic climate that we're in, we wanted to award frontliners. And so we've helped to support their efforts in the past few years of the pandemic. So it was a beautiful, beautiful ceremony, wonderful celebration of Seroptimus International of the Marianas 36 years here on our island. And so thank you so much for having me. Biba from Malauan, happy Women's Anniversary, everyone. Sidus Maasi.
Biba, thank you very much. And now I'd like to invite my colleagues to say a few words if they're still here. Senator Joanne Brown.
Thank you very much, Senator Shelton, and certainly appreciate all the women and the women organizations that participated with the resolution presentation today. I think many of us have seen all the challenges that women have gone through, and yet at the same time, we're also seeing more and more women succeed, and the opportunities that young women have now in our community to continue to take things to the next level. As certainly as we see women continue to grow in the business community, in the military, certainly in the public sector, and also in leadership positions. There's a lot to be said about it. It's a lot of hard work, and it's getting over and overcoming sometimes, the Cinderella story that we're all raised with the expectation that the prince is going to come along one day and rescue us. And I think we're finding that the ones that are going to rescue us are ourselves and each other. So wonderful time to recognize all that you wonderful women do. And certainly what we will continue to do in the years ahead, so that we don't have special days set aside, or that there's a need to set aside a special month or recognition for women, because women are wonderful, they're beautiful. We wouldn't be where we are, we wouldn't be here without women. And so certainly a wonderful time to recognize all that we do, and we just keep moving forward. So with that, Senator Shelton, thank you very much for the opportunity to comment, and thank you to all our women that are here today to participate in this presentation. Thank you.
Senator Brown. Senator Perez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think it's really great to be here today to hear all the contributions that many of our women have made here. And I believe what we're doing here is creating this culture. We're actually perpetuating this culture of nurturing and healing and showcasing the work together. And I think, oftentimes we're in our own spheres, we work in our own spheres, and it's important to take this time to recognize and celebrate all the contributions and accomplishments. And I just want to give everybody, encouragement to continue doing the hard work, but also celebrate. We need to balance. Again, the theme is healing, and it's so important that we need to fill up our own vessels to recharge ourselves to continue this very important work. So thank you to all of you, and really great to be here with all of you. Thank you.
Senator Taitague.
Chair, Senator Shelton. Half a day, ladies. It's so empowering and gives me strength looking at everyone here today and all the things that you've accomplished in your life. I know many of you throughout the years, and watch you grow to even add to our community. And it's just amazing. Women are strong, and that's something we should all be proud of. Sometimes people are so intimidated by strong women, but we should embrace that and be thankful for that. We also must learn to remember, when I was at the Women's Bureau, when I ran it there was one thing that was said to me that always stuck and resonated with me. And that is, as we rise, we must also lift. So that's so important. And I see many of these women here today who've made that contribution. I also like to give a major shout out to Rosemary for everything you have done, and that you be an inspiration to all of us women to keep going. And I know you have another 20 years to go, maybe even longer, to provide that incredible passion that you have for being a woman. So with that being said, God bless you all, and happy International Women's Day. Thank you.
Senator Taitague. And now we'll move on to our last resolution today, and that is a resolution for the Guam Women's Club as they celebrate their 70th anniversary. So here's your resolution, and we'll have it delivered to you as well. But I'm very honored today to present resolution number 272-36 relative to recognizing and congratulating the Guam Women's Club on the celebration of the 70th year anniversary of its founding, and commending the members of the GWC, past and present, for their invaluable contributions to the people of Guam. Whereas in 2022 marks the 70th year anniversary of the founding of the Guam Women's Club, GWC, which is one of Guam's first women organization and the first civic organization established on Guam. The Guam Women's Club is a distinguished local organization that was founded in February 1952 with the original charter members, which include Patricia M. Earhart, Betty Pilgrim, Bertha C. Sessions, Phyllis Ting, Melba Shriver, Isabel T. Guzman, and Agata I. Johnson. And it was established as a nonprofit organization to help improve the education, health, and welfare of the people of Guam. and to lend support to other civic and service organizations committed to the improvement of our island. For the past 70 years, the accomplished and dedicated members of the Guam Women's Club have given thousands of hours in service and fundraising efforts to assist over 50 Guam agencies, organizations, and charities, and they have contributed to various civic causes for health, abuse prevention, relief safety, historic preservation and restoration, parks and recreation, the arts, and education. The Guam Women's Club has been successful in numerous community projects, such as the establishment of a daycare center, the creation of the Laddystone Park and the Padre C. Palomo Park in Hagåtña, several beautification projects, the establishment of village post office branches, and the reestablishment of the Guam Museum. Since its inception, the Guam Women's Club has provided yearly college scholarships. The first recipient, Jesusa Cruz San Nicolas, was awarded $150 to assist her in seeking a teaching degree from what was then the Territorial College of Guam, now the University of Guam, and over 200 students have received financial assistance through its scholarship program. And currently, the GWC is supporting 2 full-time students who are attending the University of Guam and expends over $15,000 annually for this program. Our island has benefited tremendously because of the generosity and support of the Guam Women's Club. In addition to their commitment to the improvement of the education, health, and welfare of the people of Guam, the members of the Guam Women's Club have emerged as role models for Guam's youth, and they continue to provide an example of excellence for nonprofit organizations. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Iminay Trentay Sais na Legislature in Guahan does hereby, on behalf of the people of Guam, recognize and congratulate the Guam Women's Club on the celebration of the 70th year anniversary of its founding, and commend the members of the GWC, past and present, for their invaluable contributions to the people of Guam. And be it further resolved that the Speaker certify and the Legislative Secretary attest to the adoption hereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to the Guam Women's Club and to its lifetime members, the Honorable Madeline Berdalio, Rosemary Cruz, Judy Moylan, Grace Lowe, Lena McDonald, Nicole Wu, Chet Borganeri, Hirako May Cotton, Rena Borja, Donna Kloppenberg, Leo Giordano, June Chang, Rosemary Clement, Karen Carpenter, Sue Bilchino, Annie Duenas, and Gillette Leon Guerrero, to the current GWC officers, Caroline Sablon, President, Vanessa Kanata, Vice President, Mary Louise Wheeler, Secretary, Loisa Kabuhut, Treasurer, Angie Gibbons, Corresponding Secretary, Monica Pito, and Davina Evaristo, Members at Large, and to the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, Imagahagan Guahan. And it's signed by myself and by the Speaker, and so we'll give these over to you. The BIBA Guam Women's Club, congratulations on 70 years. Thank you for all of your service. I think that's a very impressive history that you all have and that we can all strive to in all of our different organizations. And I'd like to invite the President, Caroline Sablon, to say a few words.
Thank you, Senator Amanda. Hafaday, Speaker Therese Terlaje, Vice Speaker Tina Muña Barnes, Senator Amanda Shelton, members of the 36th Guam Legislature, ladies and the 2 gentlemen that are here on Zoom. On behalf of the Guam Women's Club members, I'd like to thank all of you as lawmakers for presenting us with this resolution in celebration of our 70th anniversary, and also to commend our organization's commitment to the community. Much of our success and longevity is attributed to our island having many businesses that practice good corporate citizenship. Our many fundraisers includes our signature event, the Mardi Gras, and many various small fundraisers throughout the year. The pandemic has brought forth many challenges, especially with regards to fundraising. So we were unable to hold our annual Mardi Gras gala this year. In lieu of this event, and in an effort to continue providing support to the community, to our community, we are holding a raffle fundraiser with a grand prize of $1,000 cash. We humbly ask for all of your support of this fundraiser by purchasing tickets from us. The tickets are $10 a booklet, but I will not sell more than or less than a minimum of 2 booklets. So if everyone here can purchase 2 booklets from any of your favorite Guam Women's Club members, we would be really grateful for that. We can come down and deliver it to you if you'd like. The drawing for this raffle fundraiser is scheduled for Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. So that's another celebration. In closing, I'd like to thank you once again for this special recognition. With that, I'd like to introduce Rena Borja, our past president and life member, who is representing our lifetime members, and she will provide some brief comments about our lifetime members. Thank you. Viva Guam Women's Club. Happy International Women's Day, everyone.
Viva. Thank you, Caroline. And thank you, Senator Amanda, and for all the senators here on the Zoom call. The Guam Women's Club life members, let me just tell you, the life members, how you become a life member is you must have been involved with the club for 20 years, at minimum 20 years. And that involves being not only supporting all the fundraisers that we have, but actively doing things. You not just show up for the meetings, you must participate. And as Senator Amanda noted, all the women that are on this group combined, all of us, the 15 of us, there's like so many, hundreds of years of dedication. When I was a young lady, I said, I want to be like Madeline Bordalio, who was one of the longest members of the Guam Women's Club. And sure enough, that was a long time ago, because 28 years later, that's how long I've been a member of the Guam Women's Club. I am now looking at the younger ones, and they're probably going, do I want to be like her when I grow up? But it's fun being recognized as a life member. Rosemary Cruz is one. She and Congresswoman Bordalio are the most senior, I won't say oldest. They are an inspiration to us. And now we're looking at the young ladies in their 30s and 40s, because now we're in the bunch of us are in our senior times. It's very heartwarming to be a member of a club that's been this long. And for the women that are in there, I encourage young ladies to join, just because you gain a lot of experience, you bond with these women and learn from them. Let me just tell you, go back to Mrs. Earhart, who was one of the founders of the Guam Women's Club. She came on island with her husband. He was the first manager for AK. And that's how she came about that. So it's women that that didn't necessarily work at that time, but they were leaders in their field to promote. If they tell their husbands, so this is where the men come in. When they tell their husbands who are presidents of such and such, dear, you have to donate $1,000. Dear, you have to give a ticket. This is where it works hand in hand with husbands that and significant others that support the women that do these work. So that's not just to say, let's forget the men. They do have their place in our lives to help us become what we are today. And so I really wanted to let you know that that's how it works. Even when I was when I came in, the wife of the president of Continental Airlines, that's how we got our tickets for all the fundraisers we got, was the women and asked their CEOs, their presidents of companies to donate, and that's how we survive. And so ladies, please join the Guam Women's Club. For those that are on this chat that are not members of Guam Women's Club, it is a club for women of Guam. Whatever color you are, whatever nationality, whatever background, it's Guam Women's Club, and it is all for the betterment of Guam. And that becoming a life member is a big achievement for us, because that tells you that you have contributed a lot to the island. And this is our home. And so for us, for today, recognizing Women's International Month, but Guam, we women celebrate it every day. So for us, this is one day we get recognized, but we do it every day. And for that, Guam Women's Club thanks all the ladies that support us, the senators, everyone that is involved in Guam that support Guam Women's Club. So thank you from all of us life members as we celebrate our 70th in September 17th, and we will send you information on coming to our event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rena. And I see two other lifetime members from GWC who I didn't see earlier. That's Rosemary Clement and Leo Giordano. Ladies, if you'd like to say something, we didn't hear from you earlier.
Half a day, everyone. I'm Leo Giordano, past president of the Guam Women's Club for 2 terms and a life member. I just wanted to say thank you to all the senators, especially Senator Shelton, for bestowing us this this honor, honoring the accomplishments of the Guam Women's Clubs. I joined the Guam Women's Club in 1990 and been having fun. And my partner in crime, Donna, and I have done at least 15 years of Mardi Gras fundraising. So I remember when I was a little girl opening the newspaper, I would see Madeline Bordalio and all of these women echelon on Guam. And then I say, I want to meet them. I want to be like them. So sure enough, I met all of them, and including my my mother on Guam, Rosemary Cruz, who she still calls me little girl until now, which I met her in 1990. But the only thing that I want to say about the members of the Guam Women's Club, no matter how hard we work, we always want to have fun. Since our theme song is Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Thank you so much, Biba, to all of the women on Guam for all of their accomplishments for the betterment of the Guam community. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Leo, and thank you for all of your help to organize this. I know that you are the chair of all of the 70th anniversary events, so thank you very much. Ms. Clement, please unmute. Okay, sorry, we cannot hear you, but we want to thank you for being here with us and for being a member of the Guam Women's Club and all of your service to our island through your work in the Women's Club. And with that, ladies, I'd like to thank you all for being here today, for being a part of this special day, celebrating International Women's Day, Women's History Month, and the 70th anniversary of the Guam Women's Club. And I'd like to turn it over to my Vice Chair of the Committee on the Advancement of Women, Vice Speaker Tina Rose Muña Barnes, for her closing remarks. Vice, are you there? Okay, I know she got kicked out of the room several times with a bad connection, but I wanted to make sure she got to give us the closing remarks and help us celebrate today. I'm so sorry that she's unable to speak, but I'm sure she would love to tell us all of her, give everyone her thanks for your service and to celebrate all of the women, the girls on our island for all of the special contributions that we make, and to say thank you. And we look forward to celebrating. Oh, there you are, Vice. Okay, can we try again?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, Biba, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus Masi, Madam Chair and Legislative Secretary Shelton, and to all the women powerful women on this chat this morning or this afternoon. When we empower our women and young girls, of strong women. Not once did I ever think that I couldn't do something because I am a woman. And the strong women in this Zoom room and throughout our island stand on the shoulders of all those who have come before. Together, we carry forward their legacy of proud achievement. Women's History Month is not only a celebration of the accomplishments women have made, it is a reminder to continue the work of ensuring every child, regardless of their gender, and you are the future of Guam.
Okay, very sorry about that, but thank you very much to our vice speaker. I'm pretty sure she was going to end with a Biba Famalawan. So Biba Famalawan. Okay, thank you very much. That concludes our resolution presentation, but please stay on the line. We'll take a group photo with everyone.
Biba.
Biba.